Hello, guys. Welcome back to Play on Eagles. Today, we're going to be looking at my sort of take on every game from round one to round eight. I know I haven't really been on this channel talking about the Eagles much just because of, it sometimes gets a little bit depressing. But, I want to make this a positive video. I want to make this a video where we're going into sort of a neutral look of where the team was at. And the first game was against the Suns at home, 49 to 136, 87-point loss. You know, I just felt in that game the Suns were on top of us early. Unfortunately, we couldn't defensively keep up. Harry Edwards down back. I didn't think he did the best he could. And I know it's hard when you're getting so many forward entries in that game. But yeah, when we look at the stats, obviously Witsy just dominated in that game against, I think, Flynn. Jack Graham had a great debut for the Eagles. Tommy Cole did okay as well. But as you can see, it's just all Suns players, just absolutely crazy. Matt Flynn here, how many hitouts did he get? 13. So yeah, not great, but not probably where it needed to be at the end of the day, and we just weren't winning it out of the middle. But yeah, look, that game was a one you'd want to forget pretty quickly, and we did. We moved on from that game. Oscar Allen, I think, kicked 2 goals. There we are. Yeah, we were able to put this behind us, and we moved on to round two. Brisbane Lions versus the West Coast Eagles. In this game, this is where Harley Reid got a bit frustrated and flicked the bird. But yeah, Dane Zorko chopped up, as you can see there. Berry, Neal, Dunkley, Tim Kelly stood up, 29 disposals, kicked it behind. Liam Baker, of course. Tyrell Dewar, this was a game where he really stood out and on that wing there, and I thought it was really pleasing to see from a development point of view where our youngsters were sort of going, and he's no exception. Another one was Ryan Marrick having that halfback role, and he's got a lethal left foot, which is really good to see going forward. Ruben Jimby played a great game as well, considering the result. And Elijah Hewitt as well. I thought he had some flashes of brilliance there, kicking two behinds. Clay Hall was another one, kicked a goal. Like, this is our future, the midfield side of things. 2 goals to Tyler Brockman, who I would like to see in round 9 be played in the middle at times, just to give us a bit of dash and speed. And Oscar Allen kicking 1 goal. Harry Edwards was playing this game again as well, and Jack Petruccelli, I think, was the sub and he kicked a goal. But yeah, overall, it was a very humid and hot affair from my memory. But yeah, it had sort of, you know, glimpses of where we were heading in the right direction. So that was a 19-point loss. Then the Derby, and it was a convincing win by the Fremantle Dockers, 38 points. Brayshaw and Jackson. Marrick again had another standout game, just showing that his quality. Bailey Williams came in to do the ruck duties, obviously after Flynn. I think he had like some sort of core cramp in the game against. Oh no. So Bailey Williams was rucking against Lions in the round two game, but came off with a cramp. And then Archer Reid had to do it as well, and then Archer Reid got a cramp, and then Ruben Jimby had to do it. So that's what happened there. In this game, Archer Reid did considerably well. 2 goals, two. Thought he played quite well. 1 goal, to Harley Reid. And Jack Williams as well. I thought he stood up in some moments. Tyrell Dewar had a bit of a quieter one as well. But it was just more about the sort of the next sort of set of plays coming through. Tyler Brockman a goal. And Elijah Hewitt again didn't have a massive impact just because he had short period on the ground. And then this one here, this one was up at NG Stadium. This one was another one where it was just 81-point loss. Pretty depressing, to be honest. Lockie Whitfield is chopped up. Tom Green, Darcy Jones, Toby Green. Baker and Duggan, Marrick again, just floating up there, off that halfback, getting plenty of the pill down back. Tom Gross is a big one in this game, and this is why I want him to play in the round 9 game. I think he showed a fair bit in this game, explosiveness, taking the game on, bit of speed here and there. This is what we need, especially in our midfield. Sandy Brock obviously had a tough gig against Jesse Hogan, nearly kicking 10 on him. I think he kicked 9 on him. I think it was 5 on Sandy, but then on another defender, kicked 4. But I think Sandy Brock needs to come back in this game, or Rhett Bazzo. Rhett Bazzo did quite well, 10 marks in the waffle on the weekend, just gone. So, look, I think Harry Edwards, with all due respect to Harry, I think we've seen enough. I think he's probably not fit for AFL. And that's just a brutal reality in the industry of AFL, isn't it? Unfortunately, if you're not sort of performing, it's pretty critical that someone steps in and takes your place for team morale, but also because how competitive the industry is. Tyrell Dewar was another one that stood up in this massive flogging, 81 point, and Clay Hall. Like, get these guys back from the waffle, get him into the AFL, give him a run. Matthew always, for me, hasn't really proved much this season, and I think we can really sort of eliminate him now. Hamish Davis as well, and Noah Long. I mean, Noah Long has flashes of brilliance, but so far probably just needs a bit more game time to really sort of cement his spot. Against Carlton here, Adelaide Oval, this was the gather round game. Again, just domination by the opposing team. Sam Walsh, George Hewitt, Adam Chera, Mitch McGovern, Jack Graham, Liam Duggan again, just up there as well. Liam Baker, Ryan Marrick. So they're your top 4, generally speaking. Tom Gross again had another big game, 18 disposals. Oh, look, I'd want this kid back in 100% this coming around round 9. I definitely want him back in there. 3 behinds to the Loosh in this game. Harley Reid, 63 disposals. Ruben Jimby, again, he's just a steady performer. And I guess the role that he's playing at the moment is not, sometimes it's off half back, but it's generally more the wing or sometimes in the inside, in that defensive area that he's taking those marks and trying to body up on the bigger sort of full forwards. Harry Edwards was playing in this game, and again, nothing really interesting to report there. 1 goal to Oscar Allen in this game against the Blues. This is before, obviously, he had the run-in with Sam Mitchell. Tyrell Dewar, again, just probably not having impact. Sandy Brock was playing in this game as well, there as well. But yeah, overall, I think people have got to understand that McWalter has been blooding these guys to see what they're made of, to see where their best position's at, trying to create a competitive environment. So when selection does come, that there's an element of what if I haven't done enough this week? And because of the last 3 years, it's just been, okay, select the same bloke, Simo's favorites, blah, blah, blah. Simo, unfortunately, with all due respect, he didn't um, and he will make his own excuses for this, COVID, list selection, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't do that enough. He didn't send senior players back to the waffle when they weren't performing. And that's what bred the complacency culture and the fact that they got paid a shit ton of money for not performing. West Coast Eagles and Essendon. This one here, again, it was a very winnable game. And unlucky for Draper, the Essendon ruckman, he went off with a torn Achilles. But Nick Martin chopped up Peter Wright, Will Setterfield. Matt Flynn, because of Sam Draper going off, was able to capitalise a somewhat, 28 hitouts. Dylan Shield, the Loosh, 4 goals. He was pretty much the main reason why we're so close in so many aspects. Jack Williams had a breakout game here, 3 goals, 1. Jeremy McGovern was, again, our backbone down the back there, like literally keeping the team together. Jack Graham and then Elijah Hewitt, again, had a breakout game, 2 goals, 1. Liam Baker is just marshalling and giving us that defensive pressure and that run and speed and just toughness around the ball in and under. Ryan Marrick, that rebounding half back with the lethal left foot, again, had a great game. Jaden Hunt, 1 goal. Has been pretty solid in patches this year. I'm not going to lie. He's definitely sort of upped the ante a bit compared to last year. And I think when you have blokes around you that want to play well, or there's competition within the 4 walls of the club, that makes guys play better. It just does, because it raises your own standards of how you do things. and it's infectious. One person does it, another person does it, and because these guys are training and basically spending so much time together at the club during the week, come game day, they're ready to go. They're ready to go. Jack Hutchinson again. Look, didn't have the best of impacts, but sometimes he's been used on the outside rather than the inside, and that's what sort of got him at times not as involved in the play. Tom Gross here, I think, was the sub, so that was disappointing for him. And Harry Edwards again, just not getting the job done down back, and I think he got dropped the next week. So let's go back to this game here. 50 points. Now this is where Tom Barras was used forward, and a lot of people go, well, that was a bit of a slap in the face by Sam Mitchell, and it probably was a bit of tongue in cheek. I mean, they definitely didn't use Tom Barras down back. Oh, sorry, up forward against Richmond in round 8, just gone, but. Lloyd Meek, Mabior Chol, Josh Battle, Jack Ginnivan, Matty Flynn again. Look, you can beat this guy up, but he's had a tough run against Meek, and then he's had to back that up against Gorn the following week. I mean, this guy's just doing the best he can, and I'm not a Flynn hater. I don't think, should he retain his spot for this coming week against Richmond Tigers? I think he should. Against Nank, who's another quality ruckman, and I feel sort of sorry for him because it's just one quality ruckman after another. But I think you're going to get gamed into Matt Flynn. You're going to give him confidence. You've got to back him in. And yes, that number one ruck spot hasn't been locked in because Bailey Williams is breathing down his neck, and rightly so. But I think there's got to be a time you could have backed someone in. And I think this week, round 9, if I was Mini, I'd back in Matt Flynn. I would. I wouldn't chop out and put Bailey Williams in there. Jack Hutchinson, again, when he's playing the role that I think is best for him, which is in the middle, this is the result. 19 touches are behind. I think, that's what Jack's there for. Brady Hoff was even having a run through the middle. Minnie's trying to move the magnets. He's trying to think, well, okay, Tom Gross probably is a little bit underdone. He doesn't have the body for AFL just yet. I don't want to break him. You know what I mean? So that he's been trying to move the magnets around. Ryan Marrick, Liam Baker, the typical trio, Duggan, Graham, Cole, Cripps, McGovern, Hunt. I mean, these guys, Ryan, Reed, Oscar Allen was playing down back in this game. He hasn't really been performing. He's a co-captain, and he's not getting the job done. Jack Williams, I'd be dropping Oscar Allen this week, round 9. With all due respect, I would, 100%. Jack Williams. Matty Owens, I'd be dropping, 100%. Elijah Hewitt, keeping. Waterman kicked 2 goals in this game, but again, didn't really have much impact other than that. Davis probably isn't up to the standard yet. Noah Long probably isn't up to the standard yet, but needs game time. Potentially he could be the sub for round 9. Tyrell Dewar needs to be playing. Like, he needs to be playing. And I think the more game time this kid gets, the better he'll become. And I think it's a slow burn, but the burn will pay off. And same with Archer Reed. Again, just probably not getting it done. Potentially I'd be bringing in Bailey Williams over Archer Reed. I'd be giving him a break. You know what I mean? I'd be giving him a rest. Not a rest, he'd still be playing waffle, but just to have a bit of a breather and reflect, okay, how can I improve next time? You know what I mean? And make him earn his spot. And then this game here, we had new recruit Bo Allen playing in the game, unfortunately getting a 1-week ban for a little sort of indiscretion against Jack Viney. Ryan Marrick off half back, killing it. Jack Graham, Elijah Hewitt, Ruben Jimby. Every week these guys play, they get better. Especially this guy here, Elijah Hewitt. I mean, 3 goals. Come on, give me a break. This guy is a jet. This is what, even though he's been in trouble with injury, he is a jet. You just need to back him in. Hutchinson. Flynn probably didn't have the best game, but he was up against number 1 ruckman, arguably in the comp, and has been for quite some time. 7-time All-Australian. Max Gorn. I mean, that's why. Jack Williams, back him in. I wouldn't be dropping him. I'd be keeping Jack Williams and Bailey Williams up in the forward line, probably dropping Archer Reed. Oscar Allen probably just has to keep playing down back. Tyler Brockman, I'd be giving him a run in the middle at times. Brady Hoff's had a run in the middle and it does quite well. Matty always I'd be replacing with probably Long. McGovern, Liam Ryan, Bo Allen, obviously he's not paying because he's got a suspension. Probably bring in Luco Grego. I mean, he was in half back and getting about 24 touches. I mean, bring him in from the waffle. Tommy Cole probably needs to be reevaluated as well. I don't know what he's doing for the future, if he has a spot in Mini's vision long term. But in this game, round 9, Richmond, this is a winnable game at the MCG. Yes, we're traveling. But the Eagles, if Mini can select Tom Gross, Lugo Rego, Long, I think there's a chance. I think there's a definite solid chance. And I'd be backing in Flynn. I'd be probably dropping Archer Reed and putting in Bailey Williams just so there's a double ruck so they can at least help each other out. That's how I see it. What do you guys reckon? Comment down below, like, subscribe. If you love West Coast Eagle content, follow this channel, subscribe. Comment below what do you got? Who do you got to win in this round 9 game? Is it Richmond or is it West Coast Eagles? What does Mini have to do next? What are we lacking as a team? I know it's been a rough couple 3 years or whatnot, 4 years, but times are changing. Time is now to play the youth, and that's what Mini, as I've just explained and showed to you visually, is what he's trying to do. He's moving the magnets around. He's trying to find what the best positions are, and he's not afraid to take risks at this stage and of the fact finding sort of mission that they're on of trying to find who best plays where. But I'll see you in the next one. Take care, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.